changing perceptions, pushing limits. Today's Africa is not framed by the past. A new generation is stepping up, embracing tradition while blazing a new path, giving voice to unique style, connected in ways others before were not. This is where the urban pulse meets creativity and a new culture thrives. This is African Voices.
This week, Leading Ladies, the next generation of women who are out in front in Africa, building the businesses and beliefs that inspire everyone. We start in Nairobi, with a big thinker who shot for the moon and ended up among the stars.
I think the biggest misconception is that science is difficult. Science is boring. Science is for the West. And the same with astronomy, that it's really difficult. And it's only about, looking through a telescope at night. But it's more than that. Hi, my name is Susan Murubana. I'm an astronomy outreach person, and this is my Africa.
The African continent may have amazing views of the night sky, but astronomy is not a typical subject of study. Susan Murubana is working to change that. She's travelled from Kenya's inner cities to some of its remotest corners to share the love of studying the skies to all Kenyans, and in hopes of inspiring the next generation of women scientists along the way.
Tell me what you're seeing.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, I like that.
The moon is moving.
The moon is moving, really?
Oh my God, the sun's so huge.
The sun's so huge.
Astronomy wasn't always in the stars for Susan. She studied economics in university. But when she was in school, she attended a lecture on Africa's traditional sky knowledge. And that brought astronomy home.
I didn't think of astronomy as a traditional science. I always thought of it of a modern science or a Western science. And I thought that was a cool way to connect my people to that science.
Susan now runs the company The Travelling Telescope with her husband. They own Kenya's largest telescope. They've made it portable so they can take it to schools and sites around the country. But that's not to say it's easy to carry.
Look at that.
The whole idea of our company is to travel across, getting as many people as possible to look through the telescope. It's just because we know that the telescope has been around for over 400 years, and yet very many people haven't gotten a chance to look through it, especially in this part of the world.
The work takes them way off the beaten track to some of the most rural places in Kenya.
Most of the schools in this area do not get the same exposure that those ones in Nairobi do, and also we want to have a chance to enjoy the night sky here, which obviously is better because of less light pollution.
Wow, this is beautiful around here. Whoa. Hello. How are you doing? Excellent. What a beautiful place to have a school.
With a portable planetarium, kids are introduced to the night sky in a way they've never been before.
Most kids have never entered a planetarium, and it's taking them to a very different world. And they always have these nice expressions, and you want to show them more. And they're always genuine, so it's just very exciting. It's always worth it, yeah. We'll look at our own moon, okay? And then we'll also take a look at the sun.
Then comes looking at the real thing, the night sky up close.
But Mars is definitely a different colour.
My immediate goal, which is really ambitious, is to get as many young people, in fact all Kenyans, to look through the telescope and just to get a look at the moon and see the craters, or Saturn, and to imagine that our planet is like that, just floating in space as well.
Ah, look, I can see the moon and I can see the earth. Awesome!
Susan is also raising funds to build Kenya's first public observatory and planetarium, in hopes of bringing that wonder to as many kids and parents as possible.
Whoa!
Too close, yeah?
I look like I'm sitting down in a cinema. Would you guys like to go?
There's a lot of development or technology that has its beginnings from astronomy inventions. So if you look at the CCDs on our phones, for example, the X-ray technology, and I think it's a nice way for me to try and get more young minds to appreciate science. Mercury is an interesting planet. Not necessarily get them into astronomy, but get them to think of science as a fun subject, to get them to try and invent, to try and experiment. And so that in the next few years, you can have more homegrown scientists, scientists from Kenya or scientists from Africa. And I think that way, it will be a way for us to develop and to have sustainable development.